Okay, so let's get started. So we have our gear now, we have our guitar, we have our tuner, and we have our capo here. We're gonna put the capo onto the head of the guitar, and what I like to do is just grab it like this. Okay, and I just put the capo right on top of guitar head like this. Okay, so I know where it is all the time. So in case I lose it, or I put it in my pocket, or I stumble about, I know where it is all the time. It's always on the headstock. As for the tuner, I like to put it onto the headstock as well, but make sure that you put the tuner upside down. Okay, so that doesn't bang on anything when you rest the guitar against the wall. Right in front of the capo, okay? So when I tune my guitar, it's the first thing I see. But for this instance, we're gonna put the capo right over here so you guys get a better view. What I want you to do right now is just turn on your capo and start strumming. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just plucking the first string, and as you can see, our tuner is lighting up. Okay, so if it's lighting up, that means it's working. Okay, turn it off, it's off. Turn it on, it should be blinking that light there. Alright, okay, so we're in business. Now, let's learn how to tune our guitar properly. First of all, we always start by tuning our guitar before we warm up and practice. Okay, we need to have our guitar sounding right before we start playing anything, or else it's going to sound awful. So most guitars come in the standard tuning of E, A, D, G, B, E. E, A, D, G, B, E. It sounds confusing. The best way to memorize this is to say in your head or out loud, E, A, D, G, B. Alright? E, A, D, G, B. So every string, E, A, D, G, B, and that's how I memorize it. And let's talk about these strings. Okay, so as we mentioned earlier, this string is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how I tune my guitar, and you should just follow along. First of all, I'm going to detune everything. Okay, so I'm just detuning everything. Okay, we start from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first string. Okay, so I'm just plucking it with my right finger, and with my left hand, I'm going to grab the tuning peg, which you can see right behind you. So remember we said E, A, D, G, B, so So this guitar, this first string, sorry, has to be tuned into an E. Okay? So you notice that when this green light, when the tuner is hitting right onto the green light, that means we're right on target. If I go even more, so you see some yellow now. So that means we're going sharp. This is flat, this is sharp. Flat, misses the green arrow. Sharp, it's over the green arrow. Yeah, there's too much yellow. So we need to go right in the middle. So all I'm doing is just tuning. Until the marker is right about on the green. It stays there. So it's staying there. Okay, so I can move on to the second string now. So remember we did E, A, D, G, B. Okay, so this one is B. So I'm looking at this A sharp, F, and that's a B. But as you can see, it's a little bit sharp. Okay, so if it's yellow, it's sharp. It's red, it's flat. Flat, sharp. Flat, sharp. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it back, dial it back. Dial it back. Oh, it's getting there. If it fluctuates between B, D, or whatever letter, don't worry, that's just normal, okay? Alright, so a little bit sharp. As you can see, there's a little bit yellow. And that's about right. So when you pull the string, make sure you pluck consistently. Don't pluck too hard, just pluck natural. Pull. So it's a little bit flat now. There you go. Third string right now, touching the third string. So right here. So E, A, D, G. Okay, so G, that means G. So I know you can't see my fingers, but all I'm doing is grabbing the tuning peg like this, and I'm just dialing it left and right, just like a volume knob. And I'm just playing around. And as you can see, it's almost there. So as you can see, it's a little bit flat. So go up. Sometimes if you pluck too hard, it'll be too sharp. So make sure you just pluck naturally. Dial it back. There you go. Good. Now I'm going to work on the fourth string, okay? This guy here. Okay, so remember we said E, A, D. Okay, D. So that's going to be D. C. Just dialing it up. That's a D right there. Pretty good. Let's move on to the next one. Fifth string. E, A. Okay, A. So A. Going up to A. Just 2 fingers. A little bit. That's pretty good. Okay, let's move on. Sixth string. So E, E, E. So good. That's pretty much what we want in E. E, A, D, G, B. E, A, D, G, B. E, A, D, G, B. We're not done yet, okay? So what we need to do is we need to make sure everything is tightened. So just strum your strings out. And you'll notice that the tension will fluctuate a little bit between strings. So we'll go back to the first string. See, it's a little bit flat. So it's just a little bit of fine tuning now. And this is a very common, especially when you have new strings. Sometimes it's not tight enough. Go back to the next one. Good. It's a little bit flat. Not bad. It's a little bit flat, as you can see. Back up. Next one. Not bad. A little bit flat. Pretty good. Now, don't expect the height or the meter to be exact all the time. Tuning fluctuates from time to time. So when you're playing for a long time, the tuning will go out of whack. Or if you don't play your guitar for a long time, the tuning will go out of whack. If you have new strings, the tuning will go out of whack. Everything will make the tuning not be on tune. Okay, so that's why it's very important to have a clip-on tuner like this guy always at hand. So before you play or after you play, you check your tuning if something's wrong. And believe me, your strings will go in and out of tune a lot, okay? So that's why it's very handy to have this guy. Okay, so just a quick check. All 6 strings are around that green mark, so I'm pretty confident. Yeah. sounds pretty good, so we can get to practicing now. Watch this video several times. If you don't get it the first time, don't worry. It's just a lot of repetition, okay? A lot of trial and error. A lot of plucking. A lot of fine-tuning. Okay? And just watch that meter. Make sure it's hitting that green a lot. Okay? You can never test by just one pluck. You have to pluck several times. So you get that steady. Yep, see? There you go. See, a little bit of yellow showing, so I'm gonna back off. Right, so. This is how I tune every day. Okay, it's a little bit flat. A little bit flat. Bring it up. There you go. So you've just tuned your guitar. Okay, so practice this and have fun.